I'd like to introduce Miss Helen Grothy. She's working on the Motivational Strategies Level 2. The project is Introduction to Mentoring. The project purpose of this project is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Introduction. Our speaker has been in Toastmasters over 2 decades. She enjoys learning from other members. In her spare time, she sews. Let's welcome Helen Grothy. Who is your mentor? Who is your mentor, Helen Grothy?
Who is your mentor? Do you remember him or her? Did you have a mentor at work? Your hobby? Toastmasters? Do you appreciate the individual? Did you appreciate their contributions to your success? I'll tell you about my mentor. I will give you an idea on how to get ideas and tell you about what's in your hands. Mr. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmasters, a long time ago, after dinosaurs were born, raised, and left this earth, I heard about Toastmasters 3 times. 3 times I nixed it until that 3rd time. I want to do it. It was offered at work. I thought, why not check it out? Check it out, I did. I joined. Was the first person to step up and give a speech. I was prepared. I had my note cards handy. I was ready. I was sitting at the table. There was about 30 people around that big square table. I was ready, or so I thought. I was also nervous. I held my papers, and then they fell on the other side of the table. I looked over. I looked under. I knew there was no way that I could retrieve those notes and have it look ladylike, especially back then. Women were encouraged to wear dresses and nylons. And there I left my notes. I walked up to the lectern, scared. Okay, I'm already beginning to feel the butterflies in my stomach because I'm reliving it, and it's awful. I walked up there and I pointed to my notes on the floor, and I apologized. I delivered my speech. I walked back to my chair. I could hear in my head, I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. However, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, it's so loud. I think everybody in this room could hear what's in my mind. It was that loud. I didn't die. The individual who evaluated me, number 1, said, you need not apologize if you make a mistake. Number 2, you need not thank you, the audience. Don't say thank you to the audience. It is they who should say thank you for you stepping up to the lectern. She has been my mentor. Kim was my mentor for 6+ months, not just a few weeks, but months. How so? We talked on the phone. We talked after the meeting. I went and visited her, and she gave me good advice. She let me know what I could do to generate ideas for speeches. First and foremost, get a notebook like you had in school and begin on one page by writing down all the topics that you might want to talk about. Once the page is half full or full, pull out 5 topics and write 1 topic per each page. Next, what you want to do is write some ideas on each page. Now you have your speech outlined. All you need to do is write it. Write it out. And I did. I wrote it out with an ink pen because I didn't have a computer. Had I had a computer back then, I could have typed it out. It would have given me the word count. I would have been fine. I knew my speech was a certain length and I needed to have a certain number of words for my speech. After all, men tend to speak 100 to 125 words per minute. Women tend to speak 125 to 150 words per minute. Do you know why that is? We just have to say that much more to get the guys to listen to half of what we say. Imagine that. I use the word count by literally counting out my words. Now I can use the computer. These were a few things that I learned from my Toastmaster mentor, and she's been a valuable individual in my life. Not only that, this is one thing that she inspired me. She caused my old gray matter to think about things differently. And I decided to start writing my speeches on my hands, literally on my hand. After you write out your speech, you practice and practice and practice. And then you shorten it up and you write your speech on your hand. On your thumb is your opening statement. It's the closest appendage to your heart. It's the opening statement that grabs the audience attention. You need to connect to them. Your next three fingers are your 3 points that you want to share. Each finger, each point has 3 bolts of lightning that are the supporting points. Your little finger is the closing statement. You can touch your little finger to your thumb, wrapping up your speech and giving it as a gift to the audience. I told you about my mentor. Who mentored you? What did you learn from them? I learned you don't have to apologize. You don't have to say thank you. Write your speech. Oh, by the way, practice, practice, practice. Rewrite, edit, practice, 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 and put it on your hand. You will be very surprised at what you can do. You can stand and deliver a fantastic speech. And you can say, thank you, Kim, for being my mentor. Madam Toastmaster, Mr. Toastmaster.
That was a wonderful talk, really valuable for all of us, but particularly of great value to any new Toastmaster.